So guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a bit of a exciting one for you. No, I guess not exciting, but probably interesting. And we are going to be discussing the price of, or the cost of, getting permanent residency here in Russia. And so we're just walking along the river here, well, the dam on the 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝘂𝘀𝗰𝘁𝘀. No, it's not the 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝘂𝘀𝘂, is it?
𝗿𝗲𝗰𝘂𝘀𝘀.
They call it the 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝘂𝘀𝘂𝘀, which is like the 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝘂𝘀, but it's really just a dam. So yeah, we're enjoying walking along here in the shade. It's nice, fairly quiet. There's a few people walking up and down. It's quite nice. But yeah, we've been collecting all the documents and stuff that we need for applying for temporary residency. No, not temporary. We've already got that. Permanent residency. Which we're hoping to give those documents in soon. But yeah, we thought you guys might be interested in knowing costs. Да? 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝘂𝘀𝘂𝘂. 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝘂𝘂. So one of the first things that you have to do is you have to get translations of
Everything.
your documents. For married couples and stuff, it's a little bit different. You'll need a translation of your marriage certificate, but you need that to get into the country anyway. And very nice. Never really been down this part before, so it's actually fairly nice, pleasant to walk along here. But yeah, so I'm not going to say anything about the marriage certificate translation cost, but you'll need your passport copied, a copy of your passport, so every page copied and then notarized, and then a translation attached to it, and it needs to be up to date. If you get a new stamp in it, you have to get the copy done all over again. That costs 1600 rubles to get done, so that's one of the first costs. These trees have been planted here in memory of the fallen soldiers of Second World War. Well, that's my best translation of this. 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝘂𝘀𝘂𝘂𝘂. It's quite a nice little garden. Hmm? See a bite? Birdies? Okay, so once you've got your passports translated and stuff, your copies done, you then need to do your medical exam, and that costs 3,650 rubles for the full course thing, but because Anita's pregnant, she couldn't do the fluorograph, so she needed to do another thing. It's like an X-ray. They won't do it for pregnant ladies, which is right. They shouldn't do it, but that meant we had to go and pay something else for NEAT. So she paid 3,450 rubles for the medical exam, and yeah, then we had to pay an extra 9,000 rubles, I think, to get this other test done. It was quite expensive. We tried to do it another way, but nobody was answering the phone, and the lady at the polyclinic wouldn't tell us which place to go to, so yeah, we ended up getting it done at a private place. Cost 9,000 rubles to do, and yes, that was an extra cost. And yeah, also while you're there, you'll have to do a blood test, which you pay separately. It costs 1,250 rubles a person, and we had to pay cash, and I forgot that you have to pay cash for that bit, and so I had to go drive and find an ATM. There wasn't one within 5-minute drive, so that was a bit of a hassle. So once you've done the med commission, you can then, that's pretty much most of the documentation that you'll need. You will need some kind of proof. Ah, yes, my wife tells me.
Language test. You need a language test.
You need a language test. I forgot. I'm so happy for it to be in the past that we've already passed that. We passed the language test. That I forgot that we had to do it. So that cost 5,600 rubles a person. So what are we at? I think it's like 16,500 ordinarily per person. So what am I missing? Oh, that's right. You have to pay state duties, and that is 5,000 rubles. You pay it at the bank. Make sure that your information is correct when you're at the bank, because we have a bit of a story of trying to get our money back, and I'll probably save that story for a later date, probably for our insider club, Backyard Russia Insiders, at Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee page. I'll probably tell it there sometime in the future, or if we have a podcast ever. I'll have to start writing some of these stories, because there's a few things that happen off camera that yeah, quite interesting, make for an interesting story. Probably the locals all laugh at us, but yeah, it makes life interesting anyway. Quite happy with the place we found down here. Children are having fun. Not too many mosquitoes, which is nice.
Very unique. No many places like it in Australia. With all the driftwood layers.
Yeah. All this driftwood.
Actually fairly clean, and that is that's this place where parking.
Well, here there's not too much rubbish considering, which is nice.
Too many mosquitoes.
A little bit further down that way is a like a guard or somebody making sure people are behaving and then giving information out about stuff. It's not the nicest place, I guess. People want to swim and don't want to have to climb over logs, but our children are loving it. We are pretty close to giving our documents in for permanent residency. and so it's 16,500 per person. Except for meat, we had to pay more for. So that's what 14,000, 5,000, 3,000, 4,500, 49,500 for me, so my wife, myself, and our daughter. Our other two children will have to do later on, but they don't have to do the medical commission again because it's valid for a year for them. So I think all up for our family it's going to be somewhere around 70,000 rubles. 70,000 rubles to get, and that's to get 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝗀𝘀𝘀𝘀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀𝗀 a lot of the same costs to get temporary residency. Oh, actually, it won't be the same because they don't need to do the language test. So I'll be about 55, 60,000. So close to $1,000 US.
You're trying to fill up the hole.
For us. So yeah, hopefully that kind of helps you guys if you were thinking of coming to Russia, or if you were just interested to know what it costs, what it kind of takes.
Obviously,
now you know.
there's many hours spent.
Oh yeah, lots of hours.
Lots of paperwork, lots of forms.
You should take cash when you go to do any government kind of thing, because you'll get surprised otherwise, and it will be a real hassle. You'll be waiting in line, you'll go to pay, the lady will get all upset at you because you didn't know to bring cash, and then you'll have to go and then you'll lose your place in the line, and yeah, it's not fun.
No.
Just bring cash. So what advice do you have for people wanting to get permanent residency?
So if you get temporary residency, study more than 4 days in advance of the test. Like, if you can speak Russian, that's still good, but it's still law and history, and even though it's not a hugely long test, knowing those specialty words is really handy. Yeah, stay healthy, make the medicals as easy as possible.
Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, just a short one today. We're gonna head home now. I've had a really nice afternoon out. We hope.
How long it took us to get here?
It took us forever.
So we were on the search to find a spot where there weren't 200 people. There was only maybe 20. It's very hard to do.
It was a beautiful day, wasn't it? A nice sunny day.
Lots of lots of countryside. Trying to get away from the people just to find more of them.
Yeah, and we found this little spot we've never been to before. Nice little terrace down here. Trees. Path. It's quite nice, isn't it?
A memorial.
It says it's a memorial for fallen soldiers from World War II.
I love it when they play.
Well, they say 𝗿𝗲𝗰𝗱𝗂𝗰𝘁𝘀𝗀𝗰𝗀.
Did you have lots of fun in the water?
Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video and this information was either interesting or helpful. And till next time, take care, and as always, bye. Almost back to the car. This is older part of the city, obviously. Still fairly pretty. It's nice with all the trees. Amazing what a bit of greenery does. Now we're gonna walk this way. There is no path. What do you know?